Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at VeChain valuations against Ethereum as well as the US dollar. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. So, um, with VeChain against Ethereum, we're starting off with Ethereum. It has currently dropped from the wick to where we are now, roughly 66% against Ethereum. Um, This is something to be expected. It's with Bitcoin below the 20-week moving average, altcoins will continue to struggle. Smaller altcoins will struggle against larger altcoins like Ethereum, and this is what we see. And this is something that shouldn't come across as shocking. At the moment right now, VeChain has been taking a dip, but relatively speaking, we're back to the prices that we were May 20, sorry, May 17th. So in essence, we haven't changed course too much over the past month or so. With that said, you can see that we are holding the 20-week moving average for the past 2 weeks here, as we did here. And one thing that I'd like to bring your attention is just this move here, where we also held the 20-week moving average for several weeks, but ultimately breaking down into the buy region here. So that is something to take into consideration. With that said, uh, we'll see how well this holds. There was the argument that Cardano is an asset that that VeChain might like to mimic. However, Cardano has been doing a lot better than VeChain, I would say. As you can see how well it's been holding up for the past several weeks, and even from the wick to where we are now, it's only relative dropped only 38.69%. So one argument can be made is that Cardano is a larger altcoin than VeChain, and therefore it's going to be less volatile. But at the same time, I would really make the argument that Cardano has just been that good. It's just been dynamite in regards to holding its valuations. VeChain to a lesser extent, but we'll see as time progresses on. Um, and so, for me at least, I actually this might be a little difficult because Binance is exiting out of parts of Canada, and I'm part of that region of Canada where Binance is exiting out. So Binance was the exchange that I used to buy VeChain. So I don't know where I will go next. I don't know if Kraken has VeChain or some other exchange that I might be able to use. Um, but we'll see. I wouldn't necessarily just hold it against, um, if I really wanted to buy VeChain, I'll find a way to buy VeChain. But with that said, it becomes increasingly difficult for at least for myself to consider um, uh, uh, certain assets because of just freaking exchanges just leaving, um, which would be problematic to say the least. Yeah, Kraken doesn't have VeChain, so I gotta find a exchange that sells VeChain. In any case, um, I did want to see VeChain come back to the buy region, as it has done so in 3 times already in the past now. And that's why VeChain is one of my one of my favorite cryptocurrencies because of how the chart makeup. And it's not easy, but it's something that's quite simple in the sense that you have clear buy regions for VeChain, to increase your Ethereum stack or to increase your VeChain stack. I mean, you can buy Ethereum at the top, sell your VeChain at the for Ethereum at the top, and then buy back down, and you end up with more VeChain, right? Anyway, let's move on to the US dollar. And this is something that's quite interesting because the 50-week moving average for VeChain at least has been a means of support. Held support here, held support here, and just most recently last week. And so we see these bounces off. And so we're up for this week. We're up 9% against the US dollar for VeChain, and we'll see how this plays out. It would be very nice if we're able to hold it. I don't know if we'll get like a bounce on the magnitude of this, but definitely stopping the bleeding at the very least. One thing that can happen, which has happened before, is that we just hold the 50 week, we rally back, and then we ultimately crash. Obviously, this crash was attributed to coronavirus. If I Yeah, March 2020. So this is, to say the least, a black swan event, and who knows what would have happened to the charts if this never existed. We might have just kind of rallied up and then continue on the way we have been before. Who knows? But that is one thing to take into consideration, that we can hold the 50-week moving average and ultimately break it at a later date. But we will see. Again, there's still considerable distance between the price and the 50-week moving average. Um, the price is about 50% or 44% above the 50-week moving average, which is a good thing. There's considerable distance and considerable gap between it. So even if the price, drops, um, whatever that percentage might be, odds are we'll still hold the 50-week because of the distance between the two. But that's pretty much it for VeChain, folks. That's essentially what I'm looking at. I'm more focused on VeChain versus Ethereum to see how well this 50-week moving average will hold, and if it does, if it doesn't, looking towards the buy region here for an entry position on VeChain for the next leg of the market cycle or this current cycle, right? But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.